a show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith. Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And this time, actually, I remember to hit the button, Odie.
And we're on air. We are.
I was just yakking a while ago, and then I realized nothing was happening.
Well, I was just talking.
Well, Bill Smith sent me a text and said, "Are you going to do anything today?"
Okay.
Oh, I was like, whoops. Big thank you to MOX for getting us back on track this morning. How are you feeling? We do hope well. As we mentioned, it's a naughty day for a lot of people.
Yes, it is. Clarkdale High School, you will not start until 9 o'clock this morning. That's the only school. 9 o'clock this morning for Clarkdale Attendance Center. Half of the school has power, half of the school doesn't. So they're going to postpone that for 1 hour.
This is not a joke. It is April Fool's that is actually happening right now. It is due to this little issue here. If you missed the first show for whatever reason, we have a major power outage here on Roebuck Drive is what they call it. It's real 145. As we look at this right past the Waffle House, as you go past Myrtle Drive, power lines are down all the way up to about where the White Castle used to be, across the highway there. So you have to take Hillcrest Drive to make it into Meridian. This should take somewhere 8:30, 9 o'clock to get the roadway cleared up.
Yep.
They're on the scene working as hard as they can. Daylight has broken. It may be down to just cones across the highway now. In the early morning hours when we first discovered this, 4:35, police cars were there with the lights on to kind of let you know what was happening. So that's the situation. Let me update this, Odie, and see how many people are having to watch from their phones. Let's see what we have. Still 798 without power in this area. And this does stretch, again, from down here on 145 Roebuck Drive past the Evangel Temple, taking in all these areas here. Crescent Lake Drive, Spring Hill Road past Gregg, South Anderson to Clarkdale High School. That proposes a problem, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Now, what just happened 4 minutes ago? You got that big watch. What's it say?
That little possible gas leak at a.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Something bigger than that happened
right.
at 7 o'clock. What are we doing tonight, Odie?
7 o'clock, that's right. The polls just opened, boy. The polls just opened. They're going to be open till 7 p.m. tonight. I hope we have to say, look, this is going to be extended because so many people came out to vote. Polls close at 7, but if you're in line, you still get to vote. So just because it's 7 o'clock comes around doesn't mean they're going to shut the doors on you. Anybody in line at 7 o'clock still gets to vote. So that means there's no excuse. Everybody needs to go vote. And we understand that there's nurses, law enforcement, other careers that do 24, 12-hour shifts, whatever. And I hope that y'all made plans and went and did absentee vote for that. This is a major election, 100%. There is no reason anybody sit back and not go. Make your voice heard if you live inside the city limits of Meridian, Mississippi.
This is the primary, and let's explain that. This is the primary to where you have Democrats running, and it will be whittled down to one. Then you have a few on the Republican side that's going to be a primary for them. We only have, I think, 2. We have Ward 1 and
5.
And 5. Yeah, 5.
5's got 2 Republicans in it.
So those 2 will also come down to one candidate after this. And then we will have the general election coming up June 3rd. And then if there is a runoff from this, it's the 22nd of April.
22nd, same day. The runoff between Joe Norwood and Craig Elliott for the House of Representatives District 82.
That's it.
Yep, 82. So go out and vote on April 22nd. So the Republicans won't have a runoff. The independents, I think there's 2. One in the mayor's race and one in Ward 5, I believe, has the independent in it. they automatically go straight on to the general election. But this is a big deal. Go vote, make your voice heard, or don't complain. Sit back and relax and reap the benefit of what everybody else had to say.
Now, we've also got this available on our newly designed app. We'll tell you about that in a second. But as you scroll down here and take a look, here's your choices today. For Democrat Party Mayor, Jimmy Smith, Percy Bland III, I didn't realize that, Rita Jack, or Ty Bell. Now, later on, this guy is no longer in the race. I need to edit that. He's out.
Yeah, so
and then
no
Jimmy will be an independent coming up in the general election. So today you're voting only on these 4 people here. Who do you want to be the Democrat representative for mayor of Meridian?
And there's a straw poll going on right now. Same thing. You can access that via Facebook, via website, or on the Scotty Ray Report app, which is available on both platforms, Apple and
Google.
Android. So both phones, that's ready. Go download the Scotty Ray Report app. You'll get notified. Everything that comes along, everything is right there on that app that you may need. Somebody asked, yes, this is a City of Meridian election only. So.
Now, right here's another example of one of only 2 races that has Republicans running. This is going to replace George Thompson. Elliott Brewer or Elton Reed is going to be your choices there. Yep. On the Democrat side, Tyrone Johnson, Cassandra Emerson. Say that correctly there. I'm going to go ahead and say that Dwayne Davis has this wrapped up to be the Democrat candidate.
I think so. We're guaranteed to see him. Dwayne, come by. We will be set up on the 3rd floor of City Hall tonight. We will come to you live. We will be with you throughout this whole election process, bring you live updates as it happens. So we're going to continue this coverage throughout until we have winners. So Dwayne, come by and see us. We're going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say that you won the Democrat nominee.
We're feeling pretty confident about that. Yeah. Unless there's 3,000 write-in. Then we have a problem.
We don't foresee that, though.
That's correct. We'll be going over some more candidates that are running for office. It is April Fool's Day. It is Election Day, city limits of Meridian. We have power outages throughout the area. And Ms. Gail wanted to know what happened at the 6:30 broadcast. I was 4 minutes late. It's 5 minutes, actually. I didn't hit the button. I thought I did, and then I turned the mic on and commenced to talking, and you have to have another button pushed. I did not do it.
I was running my mouth and had him preoccupied, and oops.
I just wasn't paying attention. I thought I hit it, and well, I got bit.
Our crew is not doing their job.
We got to find a little wire tube that we're working. Some days. Yesterday was a very, very long day.
District 3.
What's happening there?
What if you don't know any of the candidates?
Rump roll.
Please. Pull up their name, and I'm sure they all have.
And let's just go here.
Go to.
Here's your choices on the Democrat Party side: LaQuincy Kimbrough, Sandra Faye Moore, Joseph Norwood, who is currently the incumbent,
and that's Joseph Norwood. Now
son.
His father, Joe Norwood, who's the county supervisor, is the one running for.
We had Joy come in with us.
Joy Finley, yeah.
Tracy, and then Beverly will be the Republican. She has nobody contesting her for the Republican side.
Let's go out on a limb and say that she's going to be the Republican nominee.
We feel pretty strong about that. And if you remember, her mother held that seat for 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years, yeah.
Something to that effect. And now she's picking up
Barbara Henson.
The torch, hopefully, she says, to run for that and win that office. We'll see. Can she take on the Democrat Party and win this? We'll find that. Won't find that out until June.
But please call, if you don't know anything about them, I'm sure they've got a Facebook page. Go find a phone number and call them and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you. I've got 2 questions. But please make an educated guess. Please vote for someone who believes in what you believe, not what we believe.
Ooh, add Shelby Harris over there. She's 30.
Oh, I got her on
today.
it. I didn't have an
Eric
age.
says she's old.
He's throwing her under the bus.
He did, just right
I
there.
want to know if he let her off work today.
No, she's still at Hickory Pick. You don't get a day off out there.
No, that's true. Somebody's got to chase
Somebody's got to be
chickens.
there to open up the cold Coca-Cola.
All of them are good.
Telling you, that's where you can get it. If you're
Or the
looking for
ice
one of
cream.
these, go on out.
They've got good Coca-Cola. Diet Coke, they got it too.
Yeah.
Greg's the only one that uses it on our group.
But
I
you
like
can-
Coca-Cola. You got an old Coke machine down there that has the 10-ounce Coke bottles that you used to pull out. Nah, it ain't
Is that
together.
a stretch of the? I think Odie is stretching it. I have a Coca-Cola machine that I took apart.
Well, it's kind of like saying you got a truck down there.
Oh, you just had to go there, didn't you? My life is full of things that are taken apart that need to be put. I need Humpty Dumpty people to help me.
But when they get put together, everything's going to be jam out.
That's true.
You do have all the parts for the
I
Coke
do.
machine.
I did 15 years ago in the box. Seemed like a great idea. Take it apart and fix
Yeah,
it. We'll be
boy.
right back.
All aboard for the 22nd annual Loose Caboose Arts and Crafts Festival, coming your way April the 12th in downtown Newton. Craft vendors, carnival rides, food vendors, the dinosaur experience for the kids at the Kids Zone. Zach Logan will be the headliner for the entertainment at Ray Payne Park. The Bank First Car Show returns with cars, trucks, racing vehicles, and classic cars. Plus a motorcycle show as well. It's all happening this year at the 22nd annual Loose Caboose Festival, downtown Newton. See you there.
Hey, welcome to Kia Meridian.
We're a family-owned business that's been serving the community for 25 years.
If you're looking for a new Kia, we have them. And if we don't, we'll find it.
No stress, no hassle, just the best deals. And right now we can get rates as low as 0%.
Shop local, get the car you want. And be a part of the Kia Meridian family.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor.
Welcome back. Boy, everybody's got those favorite cold drinks that they have that just hits the spots for. But I've got a mindset. If it's before 8 a.m., it's got to be this. I cannot, and I know like Greg is one of those who's got to have his caffeine out of a drink bottle, but mine has to be coffee or I'm not a nice person. I'm just not myself.
Summer, winter, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have some coffee, but same thing with Greg. When he wakes up, he's going to have a Diet Coke.
But there are people that just view it differently. What gets your motor started? Some got to have that foamy stuff out the top there.
I just like good old plain brewed black coffee.
Well, I'm close. I have a few additives, but learned that real young. Hey, I just got a message of this, and we want to pass this on. This will be from Ward 5, if you're voting Ward 5 today. And there's a lot of people in that, one of the biggest districts of Meridian.
And this is one that's going to be contested on both Republican and Democrat side.
It is. And it says polling locations have changed. It would be Ward 5 residents. Those south of Interstate, and y'all pay attention to this, those south of Interstate 20 and south of Highway 19 South. These residents in Crestwood, Lakemont area, and Bonita area, the last 4 years have voted at Oak Grove Baptist Church. You will no longer vote there now. They will vote at Bonita Ridge Apartments Office Building. Again, Bonita Ridge Apartments Office Building, formerly known as Willow Ridge Apartments off of Highway 19 South. That's where the fire was last week.
That's where the fire was last week, yeah.
So that's your new voting station. That's an odd place.
That's kind of what I was thinking. In the
Real
office?
odd. Yeah, real odd. But hey, what do we say?
Yeah.
But that's what's expected to happen there. And as we talk about Ward 5, and we're going to spend a lot of time talking about this because it is important of why one of the most talked about things happening is crime. And who you elect today is what will happen against that. Is it going to be somebody that goes,
Jean Marie said it the best. Get out and vote. Meridian's future is at stake.
Oh, yeah, great.
If whoever's there is your candidate, vote for him. If you want a new one, vote for him. But go vote. I can't stress that enough. And make your own decisions because it's your personal beliefs on what you want to see the future to be is what you need to vote. But be educated when you make that vote.
I was standing in the street yesterday talking to someone who had a crime, and they had someone come up to take a report on the crime, and they wrote all the information down as they well do, and he goes, aren't you going to take pictures? Nah, I don't need to do that. Okay. I'm just saying that's normally.
So could you explain that to me? Well, I don't know.
I ain't got a picture.
I ain't got a picture.
If you document everything that happens, you connect it to another crime. I'm just stating here. Let's look at Ward 5.
It's not like, Polaroids where, you couldn't erase it and start over.
I had a business owner, this was 2 years ago, that had his business broken into, called, and they said, oh, we don't have anybody working this weekend. Sorry. And he said, well, what about the fingerprints? I need to get back. Don't worry about it. That's 2 years ago. Now, they've hired a few more people since then, but not the response you like to hear. But if you love the way it's being handled, vote like it is now. That's all I'm saying. Did I say that out loud? Oh, I was thinking again. Oops.
It'd be all right.
Here we go. Ward 5 is what we're looking at here. On the Democrat side today, you have a choice between Shirley Bowden Goodwin, Jetta Smith, or Brandon Rue. On the Republican side, Dustin Hill and Chad Acton. You will remember, also, we got an independent there. Ricky Spells is going to be the independent, which is automatically in there for the June general election.
Yeah.
But as you'll notice here, you're missing the person that is currently in office there. She is running for mayor, so she cannot also run for 2 seats. So she had to step down in order to run for mayor.
Yeah.
So who will walk away with this? Somebody from here will face Ricky Spells, Chad Acton, or Dustin Hill, or these three on the Democrat side. There's a lot of money being dumped into this.
So Ward 5 is a busy ward this year.
Correct. And again, most candidates have spent more than they'll make in the first year in office. Easily. These elections are not cheap by any reason. And if it is cheap, then the odds of getting elected are slim. Politics is not cheap by any means of the imagination.
No, when you've got a presidential race that spent billions.
Couldn't we pay off No, we couldn't. We're in the trillions, but it would help.
It would have helped. Yeah.
It would have helped. Make an appointment if you need to be fingerprinted at the PD or the SO. I did not know that.
Well, now that is if you go down there to go get it for a background check or something like that. Yeah,
what is that thing you have to get to leave out of country?
Passport. You don't have to do that for a passport.
You don't have to have fingerprints?
All you got to do is have a mug shot.
You think they ever thought about that?
Probably
Fingerprint
not.
really tells it all.
So I went down. Now, if you want to get your passport, go straight to Decatur. Them folks down there has got this down to a science. You take your paperwork, you take your picture, and you take your money.
Let me say this, and I'm probably going to upset some people, but this just makes too much sense. Imagine if you're driving down the road, a police officer pulls you over, and they say, give me your thumbprint. You reach out and you touch the little electronic device. It tells who you are and everything they need to know about you.
They had that on Back to the Future.
Imagine going to an airport and they go, we need your identification, and you touch it. It also tells it who you are and what. Wouldn't that simplify this driver's license thing and fake cards?
Yes, it would.
It would nip it in the butt. Then no one that is deceased could vote in an election.
Ooh.
Unless somebody's toting their finger around.
Ooh. I found this out the other day. I was watching the show. And did you know that we'll say a finger that's not attached cannot be used for fingerprint reading.
Really?
Because it doesn't have little electrons running around it. And it's got to have that.
Really?
Yeah. So cut off finger does not work. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show this because it's awake now. You know, again, I warned Meridian to stay away from this. It says, "Good morning. Do you know what today is?" It's Clayton Cobbler.
He's up and at 'em.
He is like the prankster of all Lauderdale County and the surrounding areas. Y'all watch him. He's up to doing something to somebody. Maybe it's the mailman this time. We don't know.
He said, "Hush." Oh, you said hush.
I told him to hush. Go away.
All right, so look, I'm going to go out on a limb and go ahead and tell the story. About 3 years ago.
Oh,
maybe
Lord.
4 years ago.
Something like that.
Scotty Ray gets a call, and it goes something like this. "Hey, we just found 4 bodies." And he hangs up. Scotty Ray comes running over here. He calls back and says, "We just found 5. So Scotty Ray trying to get everything together, trying to make phone calls. "What are y'all doing?" Calls old Clayton back. Said, "Where are you at?" He said, "Look, we just found 2 more bodies. I'll send you a location in just a second." He's getting everything ready. Hair standing straight, the 3 he had, standing straight up. He had 4 more cups of coffee going. He's wired. And Clayton sent him a pen. He pulled up the map, and it went to the cemetery.
Oh, he had me good. He caught me when I was busy, and I forgot it was even April Fool's Day.
That was Clayton.
It can happen to you. Watch this man. He brings havoc to the area. We'll be right back.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp, trail riding, or just working on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know something you don't do, Odie?
Oh, I think I know where you may go.
Number one, you shouldn't run a stop sign. Sometimes there's a reason that you run a stop sign.
That's because you didn't have the right eye closed.
Yeah, you might have had a toddy or two.
Just a little bit.
As we get to the Meridian Police Department, Miss Pink Handcuffs was hit last night.
What else do you not do? You don't hit the police car.
She was going down the road minding her own business. This is before you get right up here is the 26th Avenue Tunnel. Someone would just slap right into her police car. They were given a free ride downtown, and this nice little tube to blow in all they wanted.
Yeah. It's kind of like a fingerprint.
Yes, sir.
Your breath print.
And that's exactly what the Meridian Police Department done. So we had someone go off to jail last night.
Well, now, I hear that they serve a decent breakfast over there at the burial.
I don't want to find out.
I don't either.
That's just rumored.
But that's just rumored.
Last night, this was going on before the power outage. There's crews were working. This repaving thing.
Let me tell you what.
Kind of high, isn't it?
It's a pain in the boo, honey. I'm with you. And it was rough getting everything going. But, just like everything else, that's nice. MDOT is doing a great job out there. And that road, when you get on that fresh paved, it's kind of like, what was his name on that cartoon Cars, where the old fella said, "Oh, riding low." It's smooth. It's nice. They've done a good job. Just a little bit left on that part they've got, so bear with it. It's going to be well worth it here very soon. Yeah.
I just got a text that Casey Brown had busted the microwave in her kitchen.
Did she put a metal fork in there?
No. She tried to button that top button and it popped, and it went across there and pop. Hit the. That's what the rumor is here. I'm just telling you.
Just shattered the whole front
that glass. That is dangerous. Be careful in the kitchen is all I'm saying. Overnight, Odie, you're not going to believe this. This would happen also as we take to show you what goes on in our area. We had some gunfire last night.
You sure that's not April Fool's?
Nope, that was the real deal. Parkway Boulevard, just off of Poplar Springs Drive there. This would run into Grandview there. No one was hurt, no one was injured, but we did hear gunfire in the area, so we thought we'd pass that along to you. And speaking of the police officer that got her car hit last night, she was on the job yesterday, as I said at McDonald's, and watched the situation.
Oh.
Here I was.
Say, what's going on over there?
We had 3 cars broken into overnight. Have mercy, have mercy, mercy. She was taking the report, getting it all taken care of, but at least 3 cars is what we know at this point.
I tell you, she is out there working. She is everywhere. Well, she might be.
She is. She does.
And she'll chase you down in a heartbeat.
With those pink handcuffs.
Yeah. You come out with a new wristwatch.
We saw her at the murder scene last week. She was there on that also. Now, as we move to our next headline of what went on in the area, thieves, I've mentioned this several times, where thieves will do everything they can not to work. But we're going to just zoom in and just show you how they don't work. And this is, let me give you the location of this. This is going to be 41st Street and South Street. Kind of the Binkies area of town.
Yeah. God, that's some good food.
Yeah, let's go here and take a look here, Odie. We're going to look at this and we'll go to the next. Do you see that?
Man, is that
snipped? It's been cut. Now, I don't know much about power lines, but I don't want to touch nothing up there.
Well, that's phone.
That's another view.
Probably phone and cable.
And then let's go here, see if I can get a good view of. Do you see where they cut it? Look at that.
So we're going to go out.
Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray.
Say this
South Street
to
41st.
That leads to phone and internet access. What if someone needed to make a call? That was the only line of communication they had to call for an ambulance or call for police, and something happened.
Have a problem, wouldn't we?
I'm telling you. You hold these people responsible when you find them.
I agree.
100% of attempted bodily harm.
Yeah.
Period. Because there's a chance that someone needed it, and because of their action, they could not reach out to anybody. You make this stuff serious and have a judge that will sit there and make people accountable. You'll stop some of this.
You will. We had another situation, Odie, and when I arrived on scene, it was starting to pile up with police, and then the ambulance showed up, and here come fire truck, and then after a few minutes later, a ATV would arrive.
Yeah, side by side.
Side by side. As we went down, this is near New South Ford. This will be the North Frontage Road area, South Frontage Road there where it meets underneath the bridge, as we would have numerous police in there. And at first I thought maybe somebody was missing, that they were looking for someone as drones were being deployed to go up in there. And as we turn around here, we would quickly see that it was about, I think, 100 yards down the railroad track. If you're going up, here's Cookout right here, and then you have GameStop and all that, and you go up toward Walmart. There's a little bridge, I don't know if you've ever noticed it, that you cross over going up that hill.
Yep.
Underneath it is a railroad bridge. And below that, a deceased person was found there yesterday afternoon in the city of Meridian. We don't think foul play, that's not involved in this, but the cause of the death as of then had not been determined of what happened. But we don't at all think that it was
foul play.
Foul play at all. As we learn more about this, we'll pass that along to you. But still, a sad situation for it to happen. I want to say the gentleman was sitting in a chair where they found him. As we get more details on that, we'll pass that along to you.
Austin, you're right. I let that kind of go by me, but you're absolutely correct. Destruction of infrastructure is a domestic terrorism. But you got to have a judge that says, "Oh, that is domestic terrorism. I'm holding you accountable." But you're exactly right. Destruction of infrastructure like that is domestic terrorism, or could be defined as. So yeah.
Just getting word. If you are traveling eastbound I-20.
Eastbound.
Near Pelahatchie. You know where Pelahatchie is. There at the exit there, traffic is backed up for a couple of miles at a standstill. Don't know the reason, but most likely some form of an accident. That's I-20 is where that is going on this morning.
Yeah, coming in. So, ooh.
Yeah. So, we want to remind you again, if you're just waking up grabbing coffee, that Clarkdale is postponed until
9 o'clock. Clarkdale only until 9 o'clock because of power being down on I-145, Highway 145 there.
It sounded good.
It sounded good. At the bottom of the hill, y'all remember one of the original super stops there right by Debbie's place. Then it turned into a
junk store.
Good store though. Bought a bunch of stuff.
But I just didn't know anything. Everybody called it the junk store. I don't know what the real name was.
It was good, but right there, all the way up the hill, going towards Evangel Temple, that road is shut down. I think you can go around to where the old White Castle was and make it
right through there
south, can't you?
Yeah, you can take Hillcrest Drive. The road is probably blocked about right here. I'm not sure that you can use Grand Avenue. I think you got to turn here. I'm not 100% on that, but it's blocked right here at Myrtle, and then it's blocked here.
So
to take that
Hillcrest all the way around, and go 22nd Avenue Heights, hang a right at Lala's nice house, and come right around that way.
So it'll take care of you. We'll be right back.
Celebrating our 7th anniversary, Al's Garden and Gift is excited to share the beautiful colors of spring with you. Beautiful bedding and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, roses, ferns, shrubs, and fruit trees to help you enjoy the season. Spruce up lawn and flower beds with fresh sod, mulch, soils, and pine straw. Then brighten your day with unique gifts, candles, gourmet food items, flags, wind chimes, planters, fountains, custom wreaths, and so much more. Spring is here at Al's Garden and Gift. Bloom with happiness.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a Z71 2500 HD? Or maybe you're looking for the Ford F-150 with lots of leg room in it. Plenty of SUVs like the Explorer for the family. Or if you're looking for a gas saver to go back and forth to work, come by and see the mini cars like this Nissan.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. We'd like to welcome you to the show, and if you have not, we've got it available now for Android and also Apple phones, the app, the Scotty Ray app. You click it, and it does so. And it will open up and give you all the information that is available here in town, our live feeds and all of that. We've got a few more tweaks that we're making, but check that out. Go to your app store, Scotty Ray Report. It's free. Download it, and you'll be able to keep up with who, what, and when. Still a few more adjustments that we're making to this, but it overall is ready to go.
There it is. It's good.
As I was out looking at the copper that was stolen yesterday, not far from there, another incident happened. You know, when you run into somebody's car and then bump their porch, you ought to stop. That was not the situation, Odie, as we go here to take a look. As we come across, you can see here the car was clipped, and they just went right on from the car and took out the mailbox and nipped the end of the staircase there and kept it going. Is what we had going on. The Meridian Police Department arrived on scene to take a picture of it and to do a full report on that. But that's what went on.
Somebody saw what happened.
Oh,
Somebody had to.
And if I am not mistaken, I could be a little off on this. I think that a charger may have been involved in it.
We'll see.
It's the fastest thing.
I want to say.
What you want to say?
Good morning to my daughter. And I'm sorry I hadn't checked on you as much as I should. I love you. You are so strong. You are coming through this. She has fought and fought and fought this cancer and everything else. But she is doing good. She's coming along. I love you so much, Angel. Keep pushing. You've got this. God's got you. And then Mama's doing better. So I've been spending time with Mom in the hospital. She's doing good. They're taking good care of her. So hopefully she get to go home in the next couple days.
Do y'all remember the yardsticks that were about 3 foot long?
Oh yeah, I remember them wooden ones.
Yeah, Charlene was telling me that your mama's got one under her cover, and she keeps going, "Where's Odie? Where's Odie?"
What she did all our life, she reached out and touched somebody.
Look, I was out and about yesterday. I got a report that a gas pump may have been hit. And so here I go. I'm going down the road, and here come the highway patrol past me. Here come Greg past me. Here come the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department past me. I think, boy, I'm going slow. And it really, after getting there, it wasn't. I go to a lot of things that end up sometimes being nothing in the end. I mean, the Tahoe rolls, and we get there, and sometimes it's worth talking about. Sometimes, but I ran into two fellows there that was hanging out, and I thought we just needed to say good morning to them. Shrek is on the job.
Good morning, Shrek. Good morning, Coco. My hottie toddy buddy right there. Good to have you back, Shrek.
Yeah, he's doing a little work there. They were out and about yesterday protecting the streets of Meridian, Lauderdale County. I saw them a lot yesterday. I don't know if these are kin to you, Odie, but
them's my in-laws.
These are North Hill Street. They were they had made their way up and cleaned out the entire flowers in front of the house, and were working their way toward the backyard to polish off those flowers. But if you're missing your goats, we know where they are.
Yeah, they caught my sister Friday, so it wasn't her.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
I do have some great in-laws. I love my mother-in-law.
Look, I want to bring this up. 35 years of working somewhere is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I ran into this young lady yesterday. She worked for the State Department, and she is leaving for her retirement.
Wow.
We just want to say congratulations to her. And they had a big lunch for her yesterday. Everybody gathered together to honor her. There's Chino in the back trying to put together a little bag there. But congratulations to her. It's well-deserved. Stella Williams is her name, and we wish her a happy retirement.
35 years that she has served. She deserves to sit back and relax and go get that monthly contribution as it comes in.
Oh, Henry Ford invented something today. It was called the Alabama sang about it.
The 40-hour work week.
There it started there. Be right before Pinkerton's men showed up and tried to make them all.
I talked to somebody yesterday, and we got to talking, and she goes, I work 8 days straight.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. She said, I work 10 hours a day, 8 days straight. That gives me my 80 hours for the 2 weeks. And then I have 6 days off. I said, you know what? I might be able to work out something like it. You work 8, take off 6. You work 8, you take off 6.
You can take many vacations doing that.
That's what I told her. I said, you know how it... And then she goes, your PT time off too? PTO time? You know, like that girl takes off all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be handy to do things like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people suggest 4-day weeks. It gives you a 3-day weekend. I don't
If
think
everybody did it, it would work. But as long as the majority of society works Friday, 4-day work week does not work on a lot of situations.
It's not going to work in the United States. We are because if you take 4 days, your competition is going to work number 5.
You dang right.
And then you won't be in business much longer.
Yep. Then you'll be wondering what happened.
So where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let's go back for the Mr. Carlson. I swear to God, I thought turkeys could fly. Gordon Jump was born on this date. Again, you'll remember him mostly as from WKRP in Cincinnati. He did go on to play there for a little while, the replacement Maytag repairman. Wasn't the original one there that we all grew up with. Boy, what a great time there. Anybody remember a girl named Debbie Reynolds? It's been a little ways. There was a generation that is getting ready not to know who she is. You know that? She was big during the day, but it's just about there to where you go, Debbie, and they go, who?
Yeah,
That's right. Jim Ed Brown, the Browns. Y'all remember that? He had a birthday today. Done a lot of duets with Helen Cornelius. Yet again, another person that is fading to where people go, huh?
I mean, I did that.
The Three Bells. You didn't know Jim Ed?
I knew her or him, but I didn't know her.
Helen, I don't want to have to marry you. I don't want to have to marry. So don't date.
I remember the song.
Yep, she was part of it there. It would be 1934. Two highway patrolmen would pull up beside a car. They didn't walk away. They were gunned down. And it would change the attitude of America. For some reason, why it was this one that done it, we don't know. But the public turned against Bonnie and Clyde at that point. Grapevine, Texas is where it happened. It was cold blood, as they had done it in other cases, but somehow or another, all the other murders that they had done didn't grab
the public.
That one did. We go back to, I didn't realize it started in 63. It's changed a lot since then. I've never watched it, but a lot of you do. General Hospital. It was the original let's have an affair place. All those shows are, isn't it?
That's all it is.
What was it?
Who's sleeping who? And that ain't.
That's Alan Jackson.
Okay.
And whose car is parked next door?
Oh yeah.
But I was trying to think of that one that was really big, that medical show, and all of them. That's just
General Hospital, As the World Turns.
Oh, the one that had Dr. McDreamy on it at night. Whatever. What was that?
ER maybe.
ER, and then it was that one. All of them the same plot. And I hear in person that it's even worse than any TV show that you've ever known. Just
I don't
saying.
know.
It was 1966 that it's the Flintstones.
Dino sticking his head out.
It ended. This was the final. Did you realize it was 1966 that they killed that? I don't know why.
Grey's Anatomy. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I couldn't think of McDreamy's TV show there.
Well, it took a woman to get. Well, I better not say that. There comes a fella.
Kevin, he'll come get you. It's just, I don't know. I can't. I find it hard to watch that kind of stuff. Even going back to what's his name that left Emergency. Now, the only one I liked, Emergency, but they didn't focus on the lives of people inside the hospital.
It was the work.
Yeah, it was getting them to the hospital.
Yeah.
And now all that's changed. It's their personalized of who they're dating and who winks at who during surgery. And
yeah, that's right.
And yes, it was based off real life experiences. Y'all know it as well as I do.
Yeah.
Boy. 1967, John Anderson would go there. And he'd have to do this during the day and then go to Broadway at night to make a living. Country Music Hall of Fame to open today in 67. Now, it's grown a lot since it began. Thought you might want to know. It was 68. It'd be a sad day, but he said the reason that he ended it was he felt he had done everything possible with the sheriff that could be done, and it was time for it to go away instead of the old saying of beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
So he opted to end it, as we would all lose our favorite show, the Andy Griffith Show.
But then he brought Matlock on in.
He done well with that.
Yes, he did.
We liked him a whole lot there. Ooh, you remember this guy?
Oh, that's Steve Jobs. Yeah,
he done it in 1976 there in his parents' garage.
Yep.
The guy was smart, to say the least. Don't let anybody say that you can't change the world. He did.
Well, he did that in his garage. You know what else was built in the garage? Here.
Oh, I know where you're going with that.
TV electronics.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say the first thought of stealing copper, but I was wrong.
Well, that was here too. But Peavy
He
went
sure
in
did.
Daddy's basement and built what he's got now, a worldwide company. Steve Jobs built a computer in the garage, and now look at him. So you can do it, and you can do it in a small place. You don't need this huge factory to make your idea where it is. Nike shoes, old dude started selling them out the back of a car.
It happens.
Now they're robbing his trains.
They taking a whole trainload of them. Some old magazine called us Outlaws is how it kind of got started, is the way they started it out. Somebody kicked the back door in while we were wrapped up in our music, and he wrote it. Don't you think this outlaw bit's done got out of hand? Waylon Jennings, 1978, he recorded that. One of his biggest songs they ever had. And it was a true life experience. He went to jail that day. Oof. He flushed something down the commode. He was charged for something that he ain't got no more. Oof. Waylon admitted to having a drug problem. Back in the day, it was somewhere around $1,700, $1,800 a day that he was spending on cocaine.
I need some help.
Yeah, and he did get help eventually there. We would lose this guy in 84.
Yeah.
His daddy would kill him. Shot down by his father.
I remember that now.
Yeah, it's been a little spell there. Let's see what else happened to this girl from Lady A, I guess is what they call themselves. They were Lady Antebellum at one point. We could care less.
Yeah.
She was born today. George Strait, this is really one of my favorites there. Baby's gotten good at goodbye. She just packed up all her stuff.
Yeah, that was a heck of a song.
It was good. Do anybody remember this? After she left with that black one-piece swimsuit by the flower pot, headed off into her own world. It didn't last, but a few shows. Suzanne Summers performed as she's the sheriff. It bombed.
Yeah.
We think it was because there was no bikini scenes.
For 2 years?
Yeah, it didn't do well. They kept holding on for it.
Year and a half. Yeah, it just never.
It didn't work. It would be 1992 that a guy from Newnan, Georgia would go to Montgomery, Alabama today. They would film a video, and after it was all done, sent back, they'd have to go back because it all disappeared. Was it a ghost?
Ooh.
We don't know, but it was all filmed and disappeared.
Wow.
Alan Jackson would release the song today. It was called Midnight in Montgomery. And of course, it was filmed there at Hank's grave at midnight. Woo. Maybe you believe in that, maybe you don't. John Forsythe passed away today back in 10. Do y'all remember him? He'd done a lot of TV shows and movies and things of that nature there. Also, one of the greatest, it was the dark of June, the 6th of June. Kenworth Holland. What was it?
Oh, what? Oh.
6 long-haired friends of Jesus.
That's not where I was going.
Yeah, C.W. McCall passed away. Convoy is the song we're talking about.
But yeah.
It was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth Holland something. I had to think back on that. Boy, one of the best songs of all time there.
Convoy.
I liked it. The movie was even better with the rubber duck there. Scotty Ray and Odie, we'll be right back.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church, and nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need to keep you dry in those wet conditions. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. We had a little accident yesterday. Highway 16 East. This would be at Dogwood Lane in Neshoba County. This is just on the outskirts, Odie, of town. This was a serious accident with injuries as we go here to take a look. This is a still shot of the accident. As you can see, that's more or less a head-on right there with that car. And as we take a little video clip of this, of coming near it, as you can see, serious there. We haven't gotten an update on conditions after they were taken from the scene. We're thinking of y'all and hope everything turns out okay. You're always sore the next few days after something like that.
So we're talking a cab over Pete with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling logs?
That's it. Cab over Pete. Why I couldn't remember that. Boy, wasn't that a great song?
Thank you, Colton.
Yeah, all over that. Yeah. Hauling logs. The way OCW would pronounce those.
Hauling hogs. Logs. Mm-hmm. We're getting both. Is it logs or hogs?
Well, we had the hogs on there. You better back on off about 10 more feet there, about 10 more miles.
Yeah,
smell is starting to get to me up here.
It was hog.
Six long haired friends of Jesus. You remember those in the back? In that hippie van. But I ain't got a dime.
Ooh, yeah.
So we crashed the gate doing 98. I said, let them truckers roll. We also had an incident yesterday in Philadelphia up by Lowe's. Oh. Another one of those boo-boos there as we got up near there. Philadelphia had its fair share of incidents yesterday. Y'all be careful up there in Neshoba County. Get Eric out all over the place.
You don't want him out there on you.
And yesterday was, and let me show this, because I had to start looking for this because I got word that power went out. Nobody knew what happened. It was all down 14th Street, up and down. Yeah. And this is the areas, look at that was out of power. Why? Let me show you. Something as small as this, Odie.
Just a little tree.
That little tree there took out power. There weren't nobody there but me and the tree.
It caused a little mayhem right there.
It did. This is 23rd Avenue right there. So right here at this next street is where it all went down. But that caused a major, all the hospitals went down. There was people amongst, this is why I don't like riding the elevator. Blump. And they were there in the dark looking at one another.
Oh, man.
Now, I know, they called me.
They said, we stuck.
It's dark in here.
They didn't call 911 to say, hey. They called Scotty Ray. Hey, guess what I'm doing? I'm stuck in the elevator.
That is spooky to be hung in one of them things. I feel like trapped at that point, and then I want out.
Did you talk them through it?
Yeah, I did. I'm a very calm voice there. Calm through the
If I was you, I'd run. Oh, never mind, you can't.
Poor fellas. Hey, we need to say congratulations here. This is to West Lauderdale Mystery and Wintergar for winning Mississippi's Indoor Association State Championship.
Oh, wow.
Look at there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we had a bunch of weightlifting champions this weekend that we'll go over this week also. We've got a bunch of those we hadn't congratulated, but a lot of that went on. Over the weekend, I didn't bring this up. We had a boo-boo here. We got busy yesterday and get a chance. And just kind of slid right on down the edge of the road down the roof.
There's a better way to wash the top of your car.
Yes, it is. Nothing like a little rain to cause incidents.
Yeah.
And boy, that sure happened there. Do we need to go over, because we were talking about polling locations a moment ago.
And this one came in and it said Trinity Presbyterian Church. Be careful when you go in there because you got Ward 1 and Ward 5. It's going to be voting at the same place. So you're going to have a line for Ward 1 Republican, Ward 1 Democrat, and you're going to have a line for Ward 5 Republican and 5 Democrat. So you've got 4 lines that you've got to choose from in there. So know if you're in Ward 1 or Ward 5, and then whichever way you're wanting to vote, make sure you get in the right line. But I don't think I've ever heard of 2 different wards or 2 different districts voting in the same place.
That's new to me too.
Usually if you're in one district, that's where you vote. But I stand corrected because obviously it's being done. So, yeah, but the main thing is today, April Fool's Day, but also Election Day for the city of Meridian. Get educated, find out who these people are, align yourself with the one who aligns their beliefs with you, and go out and make your voice heard. Make an educated choice, not just a guess. This is the future of Meridian. Not just yours, not just your kids, but your grandkids and your great-grandkids. today's the day. You can make a difference, but you've got to go vote. Polls opened at 7. They'll be open till 7 tonight. And talking about voting, we have a new candidate that has come on scene, haven't we?
Yes, we do. We just got this in, and Katie Coleman is throwing her support behind these two to get elected today.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Julia and Greg, 2024.
Make Meridian fun again.
Yes, this is a Meridian City election only.
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody else has been elected.
Yeah.
We got, 2 years before?
2 more years.
Sheriff and all supervisors all are back up for re-election. As you make notes, if you're a voter, make a note. If somebody does something as an elected official, make a note, have your little notebook, write it down. Because when it comes back time to vote again, they need to be asked about this. Why did you do this 2 years ago? Most things are forgotten over a long period of time. The public forgets. It's easy. You get caught up in your everyday world. So make Meridian fun again. Go on down and vote for them too there.
Yeah.
Again, reminding you, we've got 1 hour before Clarkdale opens back up.
That is correct. Power issues. They didn't have a choice. Half of the school was out of power. The other half had power, but they needed to make sure that power was on for everyone. They expect to have power back on approximately 8:30, around that time. So kid drop off around 8:30, and then school starting at 9. Clarkdale only. If you thought we were somewhere else, y'all a little late for school.
I don't understand this. Not at all. Today, Oliver Stone is going to testify to Congress about the newly released assassination files of JFK. My question is why? There is absolutely nothing that he is going to change. He did a movie about it. They made tons of money.
Yeah.
Again, we did not get anything out of those files that changes history. Y'all want to know why? Because it was never written down what happened. The fact is a fact. When you do something wrong, you never document it or record it. It would have to be an accident. Someone would have had to have been caught in the act of hiding this stuff to have put it on paper.
Yeah.
The truth is never written. The truth is always written by the winner or those who are left over, and they're not going to implicate themselves. The truth is not there in those files in any shape, form, or way. They were omitted, never written down. It ain't going to happen.
If you want to have a little bit of fun and look at it, get history books today and go get history books from 50 years ago. Go get encyclopedias from today and go get encyclopedias from 50 years ago.
Because they don't make them, do they?
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah.
What do they do? Who do they do with them?
Well, they may be. You don't have any door-to-door salesmen for.
But I just can't imagine even being in a book anymore.
Right,
Who's going to buy it?
Well, you still got a lot of people who do paperback. I mean, you're not going to sell them like, I still remember when they come door to door, and
I remember them.
They come in Britannica, and we had a set, and it was like, well, those are outdated. And me and Charlene were getting a little older, and they said, yeah. Said, but we don't want those back. But if you'll rip out the first page of every one of them and give to us, we'll give you a trade-in discount. So if you've got a set of encyclopedias that had the first page ripped out, that's what happened. They traded it in for a discount.
I was just curious if it's going to show us a prize.
Still published. There you go.
Published. Let's see what it says here.
Yes. It's declined, but still going.
Still published in print. Huh. It doesn't tell how many. I was just curious there if it would tell how many are actually
that
bought.
Would be, yeah.
Boy, sales of that little guy there walking around in his odd suit are not going to be out. Huh. Just thought you might want to know that. Yep. Let's see. We had, I wanted to get over here. We had a four-wheeler stolen in Clark County. This would happen over the weekend. If you've seen this, we've got this four-wheeler. Let me show you another view of it. And then this ATV also stolen. Clark County is where this was taken from.
Y'all going to make Harold work.
Yes, sir. Harold's having a really good after it. And this is going to be taken from, if I remember, what road is this? County Road 110 is where that was stolen from. Because, we had that, and then we had the car that was stolen that was later found in Jasper County wrecked.
Yeah.
The Cadillac still running where they jumped out and left it. I want to say I overheard something about a car being stolen in Lauderdale County or something like that out near Wyandotte yesterday. I got to check into that. I hadn't had a chance to dig deep enough into all of that this morning to find out a few of the things that are happening there. China holding military drills. Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah, around Taiwan. They're not real happy about it. Of course, China trying to intimidate the U.S. over this is what this amounts to. Let's hope that nothing ever becomes of this and this just kind of goes away is what I'm seeing at this point there.
Well, I mean, every country does train. I mean, the United States, we do training all year long. And I'm sure we make some of these other countries nervous. But I mean, training is training.
Well, but we've had this fight over Taiwan of who's in control over it for the longest, and that's why they're doing this to kind of push his buttons.
They wanting to wire him up a little bit.
Yeah, they are. They are without a doubt. There. We'll be right back as we continue this morning again. Power outages in South Meridian. We'll check that in just a moment. Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. That'd be us talking again.
We're back again, so what a great day.
If you're hearing fire trucks or seeing fire trucks, we want to point this out. We don't know if there's a fire, but we want to tell you that smoke was reported in the area. So in case you see these trucks, this is going to be near Harry Mayer, right off Highway 39. Here's Harry's place. And back here at Meridian Manor Apartments, someone reported smoke. So you could see fire trucks zooming that way here in the next few minutes. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a fire, that somebody could have just reported it. Again, I go to a lot of calls during the day that sometimes ends up not being a whole lot. That may be one of them that happens that way. Let's see here. We were talking about power outages. We're still holding steady, Odie, at around 798 people without power. Hopefully within the next hour,
30 to 40 minutes or so. Hopefully that'll be up and going. School starts at 9.
So hopefully they'll have that ready for everybody there that can go back to school and not be interrupted by this anymore. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on today. A big election day. We want to remind you of that. Now, I want to show you something. This is from NBC. I don't see the big deal out of it, but nationwide they are making a stink over this. Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
All right. At the end of the show, everybody walks out on stage. As always, they clap and hold hands. Well, Morgan Wallen leaves. And I've watched it, and I don't see. They're making like he was mad and he hadn't commented. I don't get it. This is NBC. This is him leaving the stage. Now, look at that. It's going to show the clip again. He hugs somebody and leaves. But they are making out like this is the end of all ends of him walking off stage that way.
I tell you, well, maybe he was there, he did his part. Maybe he doesn't like some of those people. Why does it make you mad that he doesn't like somebody or he had something else he needed to go to? What does it matter?
It was the end of the show. He could leave.
Y'all are that y'all go to your safe space. We don't want you to get hurt.
He really upset him when he took a plane. I don't know if he has his own plane now or if he was flying commercial or he had rented an airplane. But on the way back from there, he takes a picture out the wing that says, "Glad to be back in God's country," meaning back toward the South. And that just really set him into a...
So maybe he's not liberal and he didn't want to hang out with a bunch of liberals.
That could be it.
I mean, come on. And that hurt your feelings?
They were big time hurt over that.
Well, don't watch this show because we're not going to tiptoe around your feelings.
Nobody's. We tell it how it is. This one spooks me. And this isn't the first time this has happened. We go to San Diego, California. Think of this. They're going in for a dental procedure.
Yeah.
And they give you the anesthesia. A little 9-year-old girl done that. She is now deceased. She had some form, and again, don't quote me on it, but some form of reaction to the anesthesia and didn't come back. Oh, how horrible that would be.
I'm talking about pass away. Teresa Van Duren, dear friend of mine. We went to school together. Dear friend of mine. And y'all may remember her. She worked at Great Southern Bank over by the hospitals for years. Always the nicest person. She celebrated every holiday. 100%. Wonderful, solid gold lady. And she lost her life night before last at the young, ripe age of 54. And,
that's young.
Our prayers and our thoughts go out to her family. I tell you, I miss her already. She was always a very enlightening soul, but a dear friend of mine. And I want to tell the family I'm praying for each and every one of y'all. Man,
it is one of those things. It's sad. It's tough as we lose folks, as we all know. Again, let's go back over what today is. It's the primary election in Meridian, Mississippi for the government for the city of Meridian, basically is how we can put this. Mayor, the wards, the council people, councilman, councilwoman, however you want to word that, are up for re-election, and some newbies thrown in there today. Today we'll cut back half of those as we get down to one candidate from each side, whether Republican or if it's Democrat side. Again, heavily Democrat-run, the city of Meridian. The split basically is 65 to 35 Democrat. If you were to look at registered voters along those lines, pretty close to that number. It could be a tweak or here and there, but it's pretty close. Tonight, polls are open till 7 p.m. We will be giving you live coverage later on of all the events that are occurring today.
Y'all stick with us. Got a report. Nothing showing at the apartments, so hopefully that's a great thing. Meridian Fire Department's on scene. They will be checking that out to make sure. Somebody said it was probably somebody out back burning copper, but we don't know. But they're on scene getting that checked out, so still be cautious in that area. 33rd Street's probably congested right now with emergency.
Could be. All right, who do we have having a birthday today?
We do have a few. Old Eddie Madfee's got a birthday today. Tammy Phillips Caldwell's got a birthday. Shelby Lynn Harris is hitting the big 3-0.
Shelby, you sure she hitting 31?
Well, Eric just threw her under the bus with the 30. Tony and Barbara Cullum, 41 years of marriage today. Wow. Mallory Lyles is having a birthday. Kenny and Amber Robinson celebrating 19 years. Audrey Welburn, 10 years old today, and Stacy Barr's got a birthday today. So happy birthday, happy anniversary to each and every one of y'all celebrating today. We hope you have a wonderful day.
There you go. Again, still power outages. I want to remind you, we are still watching this weather. We got two chances here. The National Weather Service is telling us that on Wednesday afternoon, evening, we got a chance, and if you'll see, this is a level 1 through here.
Yeah.
And then another chance coming up on Thursday is going to be more in the Delta. Could this push our way? It sure could. We're going to watch it closely behind the scenes, see what happens. Tomorrow, just look at this. Strong winds do not burn tomorrow. Wednesday is going to be a day of not doing that at all. From 12 o'clock to 7 p.m., winds will be high. It will be blowing dresses, and it will be spreading brush fire, so don't be lighting them.
Scott, no, that's
What's that?
No, Scott said something about the power lines being down and the copper being burnt.
No.
Connected. No.
Two totally different.
But now Shelby Lynn did say definitely only 30.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. She's.
I mean, I'm in support of her getting the day off. Don't you think he should give her the day?
I do. Eric, we're thinking a day off is good because we've got Lloyd and Shirley Hutchison's got a anniversary today. That is awesome.
Dang, see, that reminded me of her turning 30. Now I got to go listen to a country song because every time I think of that, you know Aaron Tippin, don't you?
Well, yeah, I do.
If y'all want to hear one of the greatest country songs that never made it to radio, she's 29 and holding everything she can.
I remember that song. Yeah.
Talking about being a mother at 29 years old and the struggles that a mother goes through. Never heard a song quite written that way. It was incredible, over the top, and country. So, with that being said, we got to go, Odie. It's the end of our
time. But wow, it is. Time flies.
It does. It's all over for us. But we're going to be back this afternoon again, beginning sometime after 7. We're going to judge that 7:30, 7:40 when results start coming in for the primaries.
We got people going to come and talk. So y'all stay with
Jimmy
us.
Smith, we'd love to see you tonight.
So come and sit down with us. Come in, and we'll be third floor City Hall. Come sit down, and you can watch us live or come talk with us. Hey, we're going to be there. We're going to have fun, and we're going to bring you the information as it happens so you'll know right then. Be the first to know. Only on Scotty Ray Report. Scotty Ray and Odie going to hook y'all up tonight. But one thing we need to hook you up with today, and that is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Invite him into your heart and let him heal you and take over all of your worries. He'll take care of it, because today we're going to go to Psalms 103:2, where it says, "Praise the Lord, my soul, and forget not all his benefits." It doesn't matter what we have a problem with or what's going on in our life. We can turn to him and ask him to be with us, and he will. Man, y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see y'all tonight. I'm sure this one will go live somewhere, somehow, sometime today. Y'all just stick with it. Till then, remember, we love you. We'll see you later.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.